All right, so Jake Paul versus Anthony Joshua goes down this Friday. And I'm telling you, the odds are high because Anthony Joshua is out there saying that he's going to kill Jake Paul. And a lot of people have come out of the woodworks. They're talking a lot of crap. Tyson Fury, number one.
You big bum, useless tosser. Get up, and I can't wait if Jake Paul knocks your spark out, you big bum.
But yeah, Anthony Joshua said that he will kill Jake Paul. He will kill someone in the ring if he can kill them. He's a respectful guy. He was raised by a good family. But if he can kill Jake Paul, then he's going to kill him.
I'm a very respectful guy, brought up by a good family, but if I can kill you, I will kill you. That's just how I am.
Now listen, that might sound like a little soundbite at a media day. And it is. It's a good soundbite, certainly if you're trying to promote a fight. But not from someone that says that he's praying a lot more these days. But the reality is, people do die in boxing, okay? So maybe not the best thing to say. Now, Tyson Fury came out the woodwork and he had a lot to say about this. Let's take a listen.
Just picked the kids up from school on a school run Paris and the kids. And I've just been sent a video of Anthony Joshua talking about if he kills somebody, he kills somebody in a boxing ring. I think, you know what? He's a little bit long in the tooth to be talking shite like that. He's 37-year-old at the end of his career, fighting a YouTuber, a Disney Channel guy, who Tommy B.
Well, first of all, Jake Paul will tell you that he's not a YouTuber. He is many things. He's an entrepreneur. He's a Disney guy. He's a YouTuber. He's a boxer. He's a CEO. He's a man of faith. He's all these type of things, Tyson. Don't call him a Disney boy.
And now he's talking about killing him and all that to try and sell. Please. Barking up the wrong tree, idiot. Here's a fun fact. If I ever come across you, bum, I'm knocking you dead spark out. I ain't a YouTuber or a man half your size. I am him. The man. You're a classless loser coming off a 15 months knockout defeat to a local lad. Imagine if someone from Morecambe knocked me out. You big bum, useless tosser. Get up, and I can't wait if Jake Paul knocks your spark out, you big bum.
Get up, you dosser. Right, first of all, he has put £1 million on AJ to knock him out. And all jokes aside, you big dosser.
There's been some talk about possibly Joshua using Jake Paul as a tune-up to fight you. What are your thoughts on that?
I don't know about tune-up. I think Jake Paul knocks him out.
Seriously?
Yeah.
So I just did a quick Google search here, and it says apparently 10 to 13 boxers die from fight-related injuries every single year. So that's why Tyson Fury's got an issue here. Because number one, you've got Anthony Joshua, that is a former two-time champion of the world, that won a gold medalist, that is massively bigger, way more experienced, and just a much better boxer, saying that if he will kill Jake Paul, that he will kill him, okay? So there is big consequences. This week, Jake Paul was kind of talking, and a lot of people have said this. It's a win-win for Jake Paul, and it's a lose-lose for Anthony Joshua. Well, it is a lose-lose for Joshua, because if he beats Jake Paul, who cares? You're supposed to beat him. We know that. If he loses against Jake Paul, by the way, he's supposed to fight Tyson Fury next year in Riyadh, okay? Imagine this. He loses to Jake Paul. Do you still think they're going to fork out 150 million quid or whatever crazy number it's going to be for him to take on Tyson Fury when he's just got knocked out by a Disney boy, by a beginner, by a YouTuber, whatever you want to call Jake Paul? If he loses this fight, that fight is off the table. Now, win-win for Jake Paul, that's very different. Yes, if he wins, incredible. Wow, what a story. The biggest upset in the history of combat sports, right? It would be. It'd be insane. But if he loses, well, he's got nothing to lose because the man's shown gigantic balls. Wow, what a guy, right? He's going to step in there against Anthony Joshua. This guy doesn't care. Well, that's all well and good as long as, number one, you don't die. Secondly, you don't have brain damage. Thirdly, what about if you just get knocked out? What if you get knocked out so bad and beaten up so badly, you never want to step foot in a ring ever again? Now, I don't say this lightly, by the way. I'm not sitting here hoping for any of this to happen. I would never wish any kind of harm, long-term harm done to my fellow combat sports brothers, right? And that's what Jake Paul is at this point. He's not a Disney guy. He's not a YouTuber. The man is a boxer, right? And fair play to him. He likes boxing. He likes to compete. And that's what he is these days, right? He's not a YouTuber or anything like that. He still does that stuff on the side. But the man is a boxer, right? And he's had 12 wins with only one loss. And that one loss, as Tyson Fury said, is to Tyson Fury's nephew, a man that isn't a ranked boxer, a guy that isn't half the size of Anthony Joshua, okay? But as I said before, in fights like this, in the boxing world, stuff can go wrong. You can only punch to the head. This isn't mixed martial arts. And Anthony Joshua hits really hard, a kind of power that Jake Paul does not know what he's getting himself in for. It's as simple as that. I have been in there, in the ring, boom, you get cracked, ding, there's a flash of light, you hear, ee, that's all you can hear. You're like, where the hell am I? Other times, and then you recover and you get your way back into the fight, and I've won those fights. Other times, I have been knocked out cold. Look at UFC 100 against Dan Henderson, a very famous viral knockout. Boom, out cold. I didn't know where I was for about 6 hours. I didn't know what day it was. I thought the fight was happening in 3 months. I was totally out of it. I had to go to the hospital. They had to do brain scans. This is why boxing, fighting, MMA is not a game, right? And Jake Paul's attitude towards all of this, and again, I hope the man doesn't come to any harm, but he's looking at this as some kind of game, like there's a point to prove, that he's going to show the world how brave of a man he is. There is weight classes for a reason. And what is going on this Friday, if it is a real fight, and that's a big if, and apparently it is, and Eddie Hearn signed off on it, and everyone's saying, what are you talking about? We don't fix fights, and Jake Paul will sue anyone that says that.
And then the lawsuit's coming right after because these people won't stop lying. And I honestly take it as a compliment, but people need to shut the f up. And Deontay Wilder, you know, he's been hit a lot by Tyson Fury, so he's clearly not the smartest guy. But there's nothing in the contract. AJ can attest to it. We're going to war, and that's the end of the day that all my fights have been like.
So it is a real fight, right? Okay, it's a real fight. And if it is, this is ridiculous. This is absolute nonsense. And especially when you hear Anthony Joshua say, if he dies, he dies.
He dies. He dies.
If I can kill him, I'll kill him. And then also, as I was saying a minute ago, sometimes when you get beaten, yeah, he might not have long-term injuries. He might not have his brain scrambled. He might not even get knocked out, but he might get beaten up so badly that he never wants to step foot in a boxing ring again. I'm telling you, that is the loneliest place on the planet. Certainly when you're against Anthony Joshua, a man that is 6'6", a two-time world champion, a man that was a gold medalist at the Olympics, right? And we see Jake Paul at the presses, right? Making fun of it, jumping up, pretending that he's practicing jumping up in the air to reach Anthony Joshua because he's so tall. And oh, yeah, that's absolutely hilarious and all the rest of it. Until you make the walk in front of 20,000 people or whatever it is, and the person that is standing in the ring is a stone cold Anthony Joshua, just there waiting for you with one job, with one intention, to smash your face in. And that's what Anthony Joshua has said that he's going to do. He said that he's not messing around. And I mentioned Eddie Hearn, and Eddie Hearn said, listen, I'm a promoter. There's no way I'll be involved in a fixed fight.
In terms of people who would say this is scripted, your response?
I mean, so many people think it's scripted. I don't really know what to tell you. We would never take part in a scripted fight.
And you know what fucking Eddie Hearn's going to be saying, right? He's going to say, fucking do him in, son, right? Go out there and teach him a fucking lesson, right? Go out there, smash his head in. Let him know that he ain't got a fucking chance standing with you, bruv. Right? Something like that, right? He will, though, because he'll want to make an example of him, because he wants to make a shitload more of Anthony Joshua in big fights against Tyson Fury. The only way that Anthony Joshua comes out of this good is if he walks forward and absolutely destroys Jake Paul. Now, listen, I've gone back and forth with Jake Paul over the years, a couple of tweets, nothing crazy, right? He wanted to box me at one point. I've got nothing against the guy. He's a bit of a tit, right? He's a bit of a tit. He is. I think we can all agree that. But fair play to him. The man is taking on these guys. And yeah, it was a 58-year-old Mike Tyson, and there was an older version of Anderson Silva, and there was a past his prime Nate Diaz and Tyron Woodley and whatnot. But he is still stepping in the ring. He is still putting the gloves on. And by the way, this is going to be contested in 10-ounce gloves. 10-ounce gloves, man. This ain't 16 ounces. 10-ounce gloves when you're getting hit by someone the size of Anthony Joshua. I'm telling you, it's a thud. It's a war. The first time, boom, he takes a jab, Jake Paul is going to be like, holy shit, this is different. What have I signed up for? Or, according to everyone, he's going to go out there and he's going to smoke him. He's going to knock him out. And there's people out there saying it. Mighty Mouse Demetrius Johnson has said it.
I don't know shit about boxing, right? But I feel that Jake Paul could potentially knock out
Anthony Joshua.
Tyson Fury put $1 million on him.
If they fight, I'm putting £1 million on Jake Paul.
And Jake Paul, if you listen to him, is a far better boxer.
On paper, the cards are stacked against me, but really, in terms of boxing, I'm a better boxer than AJ, which is like hilarious to say. But he's got 2 left feet. He's stiff. If I was his coach, I'd put him in a dance class first before trying to box, and really just bringing in the right sparring partners to help me prepare so that I can get looks that are similar to him, and that's really just been the strategy. But I'm just going to go in there and display all my skills.
And Jake Paul, if you listen to him, is a far better boxer. He's stuck in the mud. He's kind of robotic. He doesn't really move. What is this man talking about? He's very economic, Anthony Joshua. He doesn't throw unnecessarily. He doesn't dance around the ring and do stupid stuff like KSI and all that shit, because that's not what you do when you're a skilled boxer. When you're far enough away, when you're out of the pocket, you don't move your head. Because you don't need to move your head, because there's nothing to dodge. There's no punches. But when you get on the inside and you throw a shot, that's when you take your head off the center line and you start bobbing and weaving. That's when you use your footwork to get you in the pocket and then out of danger, right? Anthony Joshua's got beautiful footwork. He's got insane power. He's got lots of experience. And just because he got chinned of Daniel Dubois last time out doesn't mean that he is damaged goods or that there's an expiry date on his career. That is nonsense, right? So, what do you think? Jake Paul says he's the better boxer. Anthony Joshua says that he's going to kill him, or he will kill him if he has to. Tyson Fury's losing his mind about it all and saying that he's a big dosser. But all jokes aside, this is a serious game. As I said before, you don't play at boxing. You have to respect boxing, and you have to respect the consequences, the weight classes, the rules, and just what it takes. Fair play to Jake Paul, because this is a very dangerous thing that he is doing. I hope he makes it out of the ring on the other side okay. I hope he has no long-term injuries, because I tell you what, there is a very good, serious chance that something goes wrong here. It's crazy that this has even been sanctioned in the first place. This is very, very dangerous. There is only going to be one winner if this is a real fight. Jake Paul is not going to catch him and knock him out, right? And he talks about being a better boxer than Anthony Joshua. It wasn't that long ago. He's swinging wild looping shots. He looks good on a bag. Granted, he looked nice and sharp, in and out movement, pumping the jab and throwing combinations. Bags don't hit back. Simple as that, okay? Bags don't make you nervous. Bags don't throw punches and rock you and have you operating when you're all buzzed, right? And swinging recklessly. And bags don't make you tired, right? That was a perfect video that Jake Paul put out there, right? Fresh as a daisy, looking fast, hitting the bag, looking crisp and nasty and juicy, right? What happens when you're in the 4th round and you can't breathe, okay? And you've got Anthony Joshua, who will be able to go the distance, that doesn't have a history of running out of gas, and that, as I said 1,000,000 times before, is a 2-time world champion, won't get tired, is the better boxer, is the bigger man. Huh. Is this real? Is this bull? What is going on? Let me know what you think about all of this in the comment section, please. I'm going to do a live for this on Friday. I am genuinely intrigued, okay? It looks like it's a real fight. It really does. And I will say respect to Jake Paul, because he's a very, very brave man. I don't think he quite understands the consequences of what he's actually getting involved with, right? I hope everyone walks away from this safe. I hope they go back to their families. They all make tons of money. They're going to make $92 million each. I hope they all get to go home and enjoy the fruits of their labor, right? But sometimes, as I showed with a quick Google search, between 10 and 13 fighters do die every single year. Let me know what you think about everything what I said in the comment section, please. Subscribe and ring the bell. See you soon. And by the way, don't miss the live that I'm going to do, Jake Paul versus Anthony Joshua, this Friday night. You guys take care. Bye-bye.